Welcome to Indianapolis Executive Airport and welcome to the Toy Shop Flights channel. In today's video, you will fly with me from Indianapolis to Gary, Indiana. Gary Airport is located minutes away from the shores of Lake Michigan and is just 25 miles from downtown Chicago. Gary Chicago International Airport is a full-service airport capable of serving general aviation, corporate, commercial, and cargo users. It's a beautiful day for flying here in Indiana, so join me on this very short but pleasant journey in the cockpit of the Citation Mustang, the newest plane to join the Yellow Ducks fleet. Enjoy the flight and the beautiful images of Indiana's countryside landscape and the curves of this gorgeous aircraft. So let's go! Alright, so let's get started here in the cockpit. Battery is going on. Pedostatic. And avionics coming on. Ignition left, right, fuel boost left, right, nav lights on, the CDI is changed to GPS mode, prepare the trim for the takeoff. This is an uncontrolled airport. We have the option to take off VFR and pick up our clearance with the approach control, but I prefer to do this on the ground because when you're flying solo, you're very busy. So it's easier to do this while on the ground. So let me call Indy clearance. Indy clearance, November 002 Tango Romeo on the ground. Indianapolis Executive Airport, request IFR to Gary, Chicago as filed.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Indy clearance, cleared to Gary Chicago Airport, MERS 7 departure, with the boiler Lafayette VOR transition, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Departure frequency 127.15. Squawk 4641.
Cleared to Gary Chicago Airport, MERS 7 departure, transition boiler VOR, then as filed. Maintain 5000. Departure frequency 127.15, squawk 4641. November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, read back correct. Start or taxi at pilot's discretion. Hold for release. Report holding short runway 18 with Indianapolis departure 127.15.
Hold for release. Report holding short runway 18 with Indianapolis departure on 127.15. To Tango Romeo. Let me put this clock code here in the box, and just one remark, in real life I should now tune in the airport's Unicom frequency for coordination with other traffic, as this is an uncontrolled airfield, but for obvious reasons I will skip it. Hopefully soon there will be other aircrafts flying around with BeyondATC, so it will make sense then. Now let me prepare the flight plan. I will import my latest Simber flight plan into the Garmin. Here's the list of the flight plans. And I will select the latest one and confirm. And here we go.
I'm also going to select the departure procedure, which will be mirror 7, and confirm. Execute. Transition will be in boiler. I'm gonna load that. Left engine startup. I'll hit the button here for starting the left engine. Now monitoring here N2 with 20%. I'll set throttles to idle, and that will inject fuel, and we start to monitor, and ITT cannot exceed 830 for longer than 5 seconds. And we're checking the oil pressure going up on green, and temperature, everything looks fine. Right engine, same procedure, monitoring N2 around 20%, idle, and we're monitoring. Everything looking good. So you have 2 good engines. Air conditioning going on, oxygen, and I'm gonna set here the initial altitude, which will be 5,000, and also the initial heading, which will be 182. I'm also going to select and load our arrival procedure in Gary. I like to do this up front because it gives us some guidance, some visual guidance for our top of descent, so it could help somehow. Everything looking good here, everything on green, so enjoy the flight. Indianapolis departure, November 002 Tango Romeo is holding for a release runway 18 at Indianapolis Executive Airport.
November 002 Tango Romeo, released for departure. Clearance void if not off by 1630 Zulu. If not off by 1630 Zulu, contact no later than 1640 Zulu. Time now 16:09 Zulu.
Release for departure, November 002 Tango Romeo. Indianapolis departure November 002 Tango Romeo is at 3000, climbing to 5000.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Indianapolis departure. Radar contact. Climb and maintain 1010,000.
Climb maintain 1010,000, November 002 Tango Romeo. .70 knots, we're climbing 3000 feet per minute, and it's such a beautiful day for flying, my friends. We have a great visibility, no storms, everything looking really great today.
November 002 Tango Romeo, contact Chicago Center 123.85. Have a good day.
123.85. Good day, November 002 Tango Romeo. Chicago Center, November 002 Tango Romeo is at 8,300, climbing to 1010,000.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Chicago Center. Climb and maintain flight level 200.
Climb maintain flight level 200, November 002 Tango Romeo. It is so hard for me to remember the call signs that I'm using all the time. I'm just thinking twice for saying my call sign. Sometimes I think about using the same call sign or the same registration number for all of my planes, but that wouldn't be much realistic, let's say, right? I'm struggling a bit with the registration numbers and call signs. It is what it is. Now we're getting a little bit too slow, so I'm gonna decrease our vertical speed so we can get more airspeed. So we are about 100 nautical miles from Gary Chicago Airport. It's a short journey for a single pilot. It's a bit challenging because you take off and have a very short time of cruising, and then you have to descend, handle communications with ATC and so on. So a short flight, at least for me, it's more challenging than the longer flights for that reason. So let's check the weather here in Gary Airport. It looks good. It's not a bad weather. We still have visual conditions. We can make a plan to exit on Charlie taxiway after our landing. We'll see if we'll manage to do that. I'll show you some options for weather here in Navigraph charts. Like we can check, for example, turbulence. We might have some turbulence, nothing crazy. And we can also check icing conditions. We will not face any icing conditions, yeah, during our flight. Pretty cool features to explore with Navigraph charts related to weather. And speaking of Navigraph charts, this aircraft has integration with Navigraph, so you got the SimBrief flight plan import option, and here, as you can see, we can also have the charts on our screen, and we can explore, we can switch between the different charts, airport diagram, departures. Like for example, here we are departing via Mirror 7, and here we can in real time see our aircraft. It's pretty cool. You can move around, you can zoom in, zoom out. You have pretty much all the options. I mean, not all the options, but most of the features that you find on Navigraph charts app, you can use them here straight in your cockpit. It's pretty cool.
Take care.
Chicago Center, November 002 Tango Romeo is at flight level 200.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Chicago Center, roger.
Alright, flight level 200. This is our cruise altitude today. "15 nautical miles from boiler VOR.
002 Tango Romeo. Descend via LUCIT to arrival. Gary Chicago Airport landing runway 30. Altimeter 2977.
Descent via LUCIT to arrival. We basically will not make it in terms of altitude restrictions for our arrival because we were told too late for starting the descent.
November 002 Tango Romeo. Contact Chicago Center 132.905. Take care.
132.905, November 002 Tango Romeo. Chicago Center, November 002 Tango Romeo is now at 16,000.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Chicago Center, descend and maintain 4,000, altimeter 2977.
Descend maintain 4,000, November 002 Tango Romeo. Alright, so we're fine because now we have clearance to descend direct to 4,000. So no restrictions. So let's now check the weather in Gary with the 80s before we contact the approach.
Gary Chicago Airport Information Lima. 1545 Zulu. Wind 260 at 11 visibility 10. Sky condition clear. Temperature 21. 2.14. Altimeter 2977. Landing and departing runway 30. Advise on initial contact. You have information Lima.
Chicago approach, November 002 Tango Romeo is at 6,500 descending to 4,000 with information Lima.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Chicago approach, altimeter 2977, expect the ILS runway 30 via TOG.
Expect ILS runway 30 via hot dog, November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, cleared direct TOG, cross TOG at or above 4,000, cleared ILS runway 30.
Clear direct hot dog, cross hot dog at or above 4,000 and cleared ILS runway 30, November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Contact Gary Tower 125.6.
125.6, November 002 Tango Romeo. Gary Tower, November 002 Tango Romeo, ILS runway 30.
November 002 Tango Romeo, Gary Tower, continue.
Continue, November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, wind 260 at 11, runway 30 cleared to land.
Clear to land, runway 30, November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, exit right at Alpha.
Exit right at Alpha, November 002 Tango Romeo.
November 002 Tango Romeo, contact ground 121.9er.
121.9er, 2 Tango Romeo. Gary ground, November 002 Tango Romeo, request taxi.
November 002 Tango Romeo, ramp 99er taxi via Alpha, Alpha 7.
Ramp 99 via Alpha, Alpha 7, 2 Tango Romeo. Alright, I'm actually not parking at position 99. I'm parking at Uniform 4, but unfortunately BeyondATC is not able to find this parking position. Not a big deal.
thank you so much for watching the video. But stay a bit longer to enjoy the footage of the landing here at Gary Chicago International Airport from different angles. If you like the content, don't forget to subscribe. This is 100% independent content, and it takes a lot of time and energy to produce it. So any support is highly appreciated. Don't hesitate to comment, make suggestions, and give your feedback. This channel is made for you. See you soon.